Now, what is one nation? One nation is the idea that the way a country succeeds is using the talents of every person. And you representing the diversity of every walk of life, frankly, you are absolutely essential to changing this country. Because the truth is, there's a lot wrong with our country, but all of it can be put right by what is right with our country. And what is right with our country is the work that all of you do. So the first, the most important thing I want to say to you is, there are huge challenges that the country faces, and we're only going to solve them not with government doing it on its own, but with government working with you. And I want a Labour government, obviously, to work with you, and I'm going to come to that in a minute. The second thing just about us as a Labour Party is we are determined to be a community organisation ourselves. You are all community organisations. But the truth is that, and I've just spent the day in the House of Commons, so this is a reminder of this, that cynicism about politics is so huge, it's so enormous, that the only way political parties can succeed in the future, in my view, is by being in communities, not by being in Westminster. I get more out of a day outside Westminster than a week in Westminster, frankly, because of the people I meet, and because it gives us a chance to say to people how we want to change this country. So we're bringing you here because we think you're community heroes, but we ourselves, and all of our candidates, are determined to be members of the community, people working in the community, organising in the community ourselves. In the days when Labour Party, 5 Labour Party members try to knock on every door in a constituency, frankly that's not going to work. We want to reinvent ourselves as a community organisation, and we want you to be part of that. And that's the last thing I want to say to you. It's slightly political. Look, this next election is a high-stakes election. Now, leaders always say it's a high-stakes election, I'm sure, but this one is a high-stakes election. If I think about the future of young people in this country, if I think about the future of our National Health Service, if I think about the future of education, and I know we've got heroic head teachers here today, frankly, getting rid of Michael Gove is enough to vote Labour. But there are many other reasons as well. And then this big issue, and I've talked about it in the House of Commons today. Look, every country around the world is grappling with this question, and it's the generational question in my view. Do you work for a few people at the top, or do you work for ordinary families at the bottom? I think there's lots of ways of interpreting these last elections. The single most important thing is there is deep discontent with people feeling this country doesn't work for me, and we've got to change that. And that requires big change, not small change, so that's what we're about. But I come back to where I started. We can't do it without you. So, thank you for coming today. We're hoping to get lots of pictures with you. But the most important thing I would say is your work is profoundly important. But we want your work to count for even more. And we think we need a Labour government to make that happen. We want to be partners with you. We don't want to be a Labour government that says we know best, everything to be done from Whitehall. We want to devolve power to you and to work with you. So please, in the work you do, I know many of you are already involved in your local Labour parties, think about getting involved with your local candidates. Because there is a future we've got to fight for this country. That is what we are about in the next 11 months. We hope you can be part of that fight. But in any case, thank you for your heroism. Thank you very much.